right, Shrewd News and Reviews, man. We back with the news.
Yes, man, we got another one. We got to talk about day 4 of the YNW Melly trial because a lot went on, my brother. A lot went on. Did
Okay.
you get a chance to catch any of it yourself?
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah, I caught some incidents where they said that, things may be looking good for YNW Melly.
Yeah, I'll say that too. Now, we've been following the case since day 1, and
Yes,
I'll
and day
say
one
that
you was like, oh man, yeah, but now we see, things is changing.
I was like, "Oh man, yeah."
You wa-
That's how I was.
no, you
Well,
was just with
let
the
me say this.
prosecutor. Go ahead.
When you trying to get to the truth of something, right? You want to try to gauge your belief. I don't think you ever want to just have 100% belief in something unless you got some real strong evidence, So I always try to put it on a scale from 1 to 5. I think with the opening arguments, the DNA evidence they claim to have,
You thought they was
I
gonna
was
bake his
I was
chicken,
I
right?
was thinking he was on a scale from 1 being he gets off and 5 being a baked chicken. I was at about a 3.5. After seeing what I saw today, I'm probably back at like a 2.5, dog. Like I'm
Okay.
at a point where I feel like it could go either way because the defense moved to have a mistrial because they tried to bring in some messages, some DM messages from the ex-girlfriend that were inadmissible. That's what
Right.
they're saying. And the big thing that we learned today is the prosecution was insinuating that 100K track and his wife and YNW Melly came together and paid off Felicia Holmes. That's his ex-girlfriend's mom. And they allegedly told her to quit her job, said that they would take care of her for the rest of her days. And I guess something went bad with the money, so she put out a threat allegedly on social media saying that, oh, just call me Miss Snitch Bitch. Because I guess something went wrong with the money and she said she was going to speak on what she knows. I guess she was going to tell the truth. So, however, that got worked out, it got worked out because she claims she used to make 9K a week. She was venting on social media. We'll show some receipts of that that they brought out in the trial. She actually pointed out Fredo Bang in a picture at one point, and she was mad at the prosecution because she got locked up to testify. She was trying to avoid taking the stand, but she ended up, they sent her a subpoena and she was trying to avoid it. She got arrested. They put her on a monitor. So she wasn't happy to speak to the prosecution today. Where are you at with it on a scale from 1 to 5? With the new details that came out.
It seemed like it's gonna be a mistrial. It seems like
Mhm.
I don't know. This is a high profile case, so for him to be slipping like that is kind of strange. So I guess more details gonna come out.
It's really strange. Her daughter, YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend, she's been missing for years. They can't find where she's at. So they
Mm.
got her to testify, and they had to basically drag her in there, kicking and screaming. I'm speaking, figuratively. I'm being hyperbolic, but she wasn't trying to come in there. So, and I think I, the the prosecution was making a case for why she was bringing up the statements from the deposition. That's a good point. The deposition, man, people got to understand if you have to get dragged down for a deposition, that stuff could take hours. They're going to be asking you all these questions, different kind of ways. And a lot of people will say stuff in that deposition when
Yeah.
it's just them and the authorities or whatever, but you're going to have to stand by that deposition or you're going to have to be taking the stand. You remember when we was watching the Tory Lanez, or we was actually reading the transcripts from the Tory Lanez trial, and
Yeah.
Kelsey was saying how she didn't remember this and she didn't remember that.
Okay.
That's kind of like the role that this woman took. She said a lot in the deposition, but then when it comes time to come to the witness stand, she's saying, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. At one point, she said she didn't even remember her own phone number from 4 years ago. What do you
Yeah.
guys say about that? Does she seem credible to you?
It just seemed like the prosecution, it just don't look good for him. It just look like, why, maybe she threw him a curveball, but it's just, just don't look good that they are, that they have too much. If this what they, if this was their star, I hope it
Yeah,
wasn't their star
it
witness.
was a lot of objections from the defense. Like every time the prosecution tried to get into it, they kept on objection, 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 just wrecking the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like wouldn't let them really get nothing off. So it was like it seemed like their strategy was working. They ain't want that the text message type stuff read in court. God dang. It's a bad time. Let's play a little bit of her testimony. Oh,
Um, I don't feel comfortable.
Are you nervous?
I feel threatened.
So, Ms. Holmes, I want to start and just talk about who you are.
Yes,
Ms. Holmes, do you have any children?
yes, I do.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury who is Mariah Hamilton?
My youngest daughter.
And how old is Mariah?
She's 22 right now.
And Mariah, did she have a romantic relationship with someone named Jamel Simmons, also known as YNW Melly?
Yes, she did.
When was she involved in that romantic relationship with Melly?
I'm thinking maybe about 2016 or so till maybe 2019, 20.
Okay. Did you have the opportunity to meet Mr. Simmons?
Yes, I did.
What did you refer to him as?
I call him Janelle Melly.
Do you see him here in the courtroom?
Yes, I do.
Where is he?
He's right here.
And what's he wearing?
A white turtleneck and a gray jacket.
Looked like she was smiling, like
yeah.
Reflected in court identification of the defendant.
Yes, record will reflect.
Like they got a good relationship, right? Her face lit up when she looked at Melly, right?
Mm-hmm.
For identification defense.
So in October of 2018, had you met the defendant prior?
Yes, I did.
How many times had you met him in person prior to that?
A couple.
A couple?
Maybe two maybe.
Okay. Did you follow him on social media?
I'm not sure. In 2018, I wasn't up.
Okay. Did you know if he had social media at that time?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay. Did you have a social media account at that time?
Yes, I did.
And what was your social media handle?
I'm sorry.
What was your social media name?
My name. For which one?
For Instagram.
Instagram. It's like Bling Queen 258.
Did you?
Bling Queen 258. That is relevant because that is gonna come up later. I'm gonna share this one. She gets into a contentious back and forth with the prosecution. That's when she says she felt threatened by the prosecutor. They had a little tiff. I recommend everybody go to Law and Crime and watch the full thing. I ain't gonna play the whole thing here, but ultimately, YNW Melly's defense, they moved for a mistrial after the attorney claimed that the state was bringing in Melly's ex-girlfriend's DMs, and it was inadmissible evidence and caused a prejudice fiasco. We'll find out on Tuesday of whether this is going to be a mistrial. The judge said he'll take it under advisement. That means he's just going to think about it. But there's actually some text messages as well. What do you think about all of that so far?
Now it's just to hear what the judge is gonna say. We're gonna hear about what the final drop is, but it's interesting to know. We'll see exactly. They saying he paid off the
Well, look, this is the text message, right, from the social media account. From the she said Bling Queen 258, right? This is what came from Bling Queen 258 on Instagram. The promises that were made to us by YNW for me to quit my job and they would take care of us for our lives. They didn't want us talking with the prosecutors, but now they have all disappeared. I quit my job based on what Track and his wife or company said. Now look, we can't go home. We spending all my money I work for, and they taking trips and enjoying life. If you think I was a beast before, wait until this trial. I'm not holding anything back. I'm doing what I should have done in the beginning. They can call me Miss Snitch. Ah. She said, I love Jamie and Melly, but he let his management and team and lawyers F him over. He has no one but his mom and his team, and he treats her like SHIT. So that's what they were bringing up in court. So it just adds another layer to this, and it seems like everything could just be messed up based on the prosecution doing something wrong, but the judge could come in there Tuesday and say, you know, I thought about it. I'm gonna go ahead and let it ride. And there's still a lot of stuff that he's gonna have to overcome, about how the story not matching up with the physical evidence. Did you ever give where you at on the scale from 1 to 5, or like what you
Oh
think?
no. Oh, for him getting off
Yeah,
on a mistrial.
of 1 5, he gets his chicken baked fully, like
I think he's
everything.
gonna get off, man, because he
Like
got
on a
Boosie
scale from one to
lawyer.
five, make it numerical. where
I
where
go
you
with a
at? How
one.
confident? How confident?
1.5. I go 1.5.
Well, you always thought he was going to get off. I'll say, let me rephrase that. How confident are you in the belief that he's going to get off? Scale from 1 to 5. 5 being your most confident, you're absolutely sure. 1 being you don't think he's going to get off.
I say 4.5.
4.5, you that high, you that confident that he's going to get off.
Yeah, man. I think
Yeah.
them lawyers. I think he got, man. They're gonna make it happen. He got the game's
Mhm.
finest. So
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I'm at like a halfway mark. I thought I was pretty sure, like I was at a 3.5 that he was gonna get it, like 5 being the most confident I could be. I was at like 3.5. Now I'm like in the middle. I still feel like it could go either way.
okay.
I
Well,
still feel like it could go either way. But
hey,
yeah,
man.
that's all we got on that.
Y'all let
Y'all
us
look-
know what y'all think, man. Chicken bake the escape, man. I don't mean to say escape. I mean let him out
yeah.
the gate.
Hey, we wishing the best of luck to both
For
sides,
real.
man. We just hope justice is served.
Straight up. So hey, man, we're gonna catch y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Shrewd.